thanks for all coming in today. And basically it's an announcement to say that we're through administration. I own 100% of the club. The car park, 8 acres of car park are under the club's control. So we've got a bright future. As everybody's aware, we're playing good football. The team's doing well. Hopefully we can overcome the 5-point reduction, which I think is very, very unfair. And we can have a good season and people can continue to enjoy themselves at the club.
How much of a relief is it to get over the line, Alan?
It was just a long process, and I don't think BDO had gone through this kind of process before. When they go into a club that's in administration, it's usually to put them to the wall, a business to the wall rather than rescue it. So it was an experience for them, and they just had to be patient and let the lawyers inevitably do what they have to do.
The car park situation had been rumbling on for such a long time. How did you resolve that?
We made an agreement with people, with Propco, Ross Morrison and David Cameron, and we were very, very helpful. And they agreed to sell the car parks, conditional on a few conditions which were met, and so it's now under complete control of the football club, rather than people maybe trying to speculate about what they couldn't or couldn't do with the car park on a sort of build a hotel or supermarket basis. So it's all about football now.
What difference will that make, the whole thing being in-house, as it were, and there's not going to be any ambiguity as to who owns what and bits and pieces?
Well, I think one of the reasons that the club didn't sell to a rich American, perhaps, was that it was just so complex. The whole structure was complicated. Multiple shareholders, propcos involved, charitable trusts. It was just so complicated, and I think having one owner is the best thing for the club. So if the rich American does come along and wants to get the team into Europe, but eventually, it's fairly straightforward, and I wouldn't stand in anybody's way. He wanted to develop the club as long as it with the right people. But if it stays with me, it's going to be a slower journey to where we can get to. And at the moment, with the fan base we've got and the support we've got from businesses, the community, it's a mid-table championship side. That's the way that I see it. Unless we can find a Ryan Christie or something like that, which we're trying. Charlie's in the room, yeah, we're trying to do.
Are you happy to stay on? So, I mean, you haven't done this with a view specifically to sell the club on. Is it purely for the future of the club, whichever way it will continue? Well,
I think that it's important for everybody to realise that you can only spend what you to match your income, and maybe you probably subsidise it slightly. So I think over the next couple of years I'm going to find out how much support we can get from the community, from businesses, from HIE, Highlands Regional Council, the Common Good Fund, etc. And the football leagues themselves, football FA people, and see where we end up. As at the moment, I think we're mid-championship in terms of fan base and income, but I think we can improve on that. Maybe looking at starting the North Coast 500 from here officially, but maybe Anders Pulverson, who's got the rights to it, might have something to say about that. So I'd like to meet the guy. We've done him a commemorative bottle of whiskey that we've never been able to deliver. So I'm going to meet him, tell him what ideas I've got around that, and see if he wants to help.
Do you have a meeting set up?
No, I know his PA, Mrs. Monster, isn't it, her name is, so that's quite intriguing.
So big plans, you've got lots of different plans. I think you'd spoken as well about maybe a potential concert venue, that kind of thing. Are you still looking at that?
Yeah, I think one of the things I'd like to do, if we can get help to build 2 5-a-side indoor pitches, yeah, that converts into a conference centre, that converts into an ironworks, designed around that simple structure. I'd look to try and develop that, because we've got 8 acres and we only use it once a fortnight for a car park. So I think we can manipulate that to best effect, and I'll look at that as well.
Presumably you think that would also feed back into the club, get people along, they'll get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we spoke to HIE the other day, and we're going to get some help to try and get the cruise liners to make it one of their stopovers here. Not the boats themselves, but from Inverness. And we're going to have maybe a shop here. I've already talked to the regional council about maybe let me put a petrol station on site, or electric charging station, car charging station, whatever you want to call it. So I've got a few ideas that'll take time to develop, but I've got to find out what the appetite is from the HIEs and Highland Regional Council common good funds. They know how important football club is to the community, and I think we're going to get them to try and help us.
In terms of your board going forward, do you know yet who will be on
Me. I know that for definite. George will be on it, George Moody. So, and then I'll choose some other people. But I don't need to rush into anything. At the moment, the club's winning football games, and that's all that matters in the short term. So I'll take the time about choosing the board who wants us, who I think is in the best interest of the football club going forward.
You touched on it there, but obviously it's been obviously a long process over this month. The club going in administration, your offer being accepted. Now coming out of that, does it feel any different now that it's kind of officially over the line?
Well, I think I can make bolder statements by being in charge and having control, and then to be careful that if anything went wrong with the process, then I'd look stupid if I was making rash statements. So I'll start making more rash statements now. But I'm going to try and drive the football club forward in a sensible, pragmatic, common sense way, and let's see where we can raise its status in the community to where it should be.
Having sole ownership of the club, does that make it easier to apply to bodies like HIE and other sources of funding?
I think the single-minded approach is how I've run businesses in the past, and to a certain extent that's been successful. Obviously, I think it's a bigger advantage than a disadvantage, but we'll see. I think people have got to understand that my only interest is in the football club. It's not about me. It's about how far we can develop the football club. That's all I care about.